Hi, I'm Marie Ham. I'm the founder of A Collaboration of Souls. It is a wonderful project. It's a heart project of mine. I've brought together some of the best psychic mediums, healers, animals, communicators, and tarot card readers that I know. And one of them happens to be the lovely woman that is with me today. Her name is KarenMatteis, and she is a certified psychic medium and spiritual healer through the Lisa Williams School. So I think that's everything in there. I know it's a long title, but it's really cool. You went through a lot to get that. That was oh gosh, what was that? Like a year long, 2 year long process getting through?
About 9 months. About 9 months.
Okay. And I know the intensity, I know a lot of people that did it, the intensity of the training and the testing and everything was a lot. So I'm going to just ask you a couple of questions and then let you take it. I wondered, we've chatted, of course, and I think you said you knew when you were a child, you could see things. And would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Good. And thank you, Marie, for doing this and for bringing about a collaboration of souls and having me here with you. So yes, when I was a toddler, I recall seeing spirits. They would be up literally in the right-hand corner of my room, and they would watch me and I would watch them. And it never occurred to me to even talk to them. And that was my normal. And until I watched Casper the Friendly Ghost as a cartoon, and then I became afraid of them. And I remember that moment when I was like, oh, maybe this isn't normal. And, so, but that was my introduction, as well as that, I think I was about 9 when I realized that the people didn't have this guiding voice, as I will call it. I've always had this voice, kind of like in the Winnie the Pooh shows. We have the narrator that kind of goes along and tells a story or fills in the gaps. And I always had this guiding voice that would fill in the gaps for me or tell me what was going on when I wasn't understanding what may be happening with people or whatever else was my life, that I had this like interpreter, what was going on.
Wow.
So, and it was there pretty constantly until my mid-30s. And then now I'm still there, but I just have to tap in. So.
Cool. I wish I had an interpreter for my life journey. Can you tell people a little bit about now, your website's name is Karen's Clarity. And yeah. I know that's something that you're passionate about, is helping people find clarity, live in clarity, and work in clarity.
And that is important. And my first love is psychic. And I lean more towards psychic. I am both psychic and medium. But it is my passion to help other people find clarity sometimes in their lives, especially to see things maybe from a different perspective, or to see maybe some different opportunities that they are not aware of that are coming into their life, and different choices. Of course, they make their own choices in which path they take, but if you have a little bit of insight on what each path is, that is definitely a helping hand.
Right.
Mostly do is hybrid readings, where I'll start with some mediumship, and we'll see what family members are there that want to come through and give messages. And then I go into more of a psychic mode, and we talk about their life or things that maybe they're interested in knowing and what I'm seeing that's coming through. With that, and I tailor it to the client. If someone wants more mediumship or more psychic, that's fine. All is good. But my biggest passion in that is just helping people feel inspired, to feel empowered when they're looking at their life, or find some healing maybe. So it's
I never asked you, do you do cards at all, or is it mainly just, psychic? I did the third eye psychic.
I have read cards, but it's more intuitive reading versus actually knowing somebody else's symbols for the. So
yes. Got it. So I know that you're teaching too. You've got a lot of certifications. So can you tell us about that?
I can. It's through the Anastasia Psychic Development, and I had classes with Sandy Anastasia and got licensed to teach part of her series of psychic development. And I co-teach with a friend of mine that also did the series. And we have classes coming up starting October 7th. We have our meet and greet, answer any final questions, and then we start our first class on the 14th. there's different levels of the course. There's actually 6 levels. And with each level, there are some videos that you can watch through while the course is in session, a downloadable ebook, as well as we have a weekly class on Zoom that we go through some of the exercises, and we go through that class material, those chapters. Each class takes about 4 to 5 weeks, or each level goes through 4 to 5 weeks. So,
And at the end of the class, do they get a kind of a certification or a completion, or?
yes, they can have a certification of completion. They have to do the homework, and they get to do, there's some, there's chapter tests at the end. They're not, it's open book, it's not stressful. But you have to finish that and attend the classes. And then, yes.
Okay.
At the end.
And have you seen a lot of people be able to find success from that, from learning honing their talents? Maybe that's the right word.
It's learning when there's a psychic development, and you get what you put into the class. It is development. And yes, and people get, it's not even so much if you have to want to be a professional reader, it's for your own self or your own development, where you see how life is for you and how you interact and exchange in your everyday life. And just kind of gives you a new awareness and new ways to control things. And some people have psychic abilities and don't want them. And so that way you can learn control, whether you can turn it on or off. You don't have to be always at maybe, a spirit who's knocking on the door type of deal. You have control, and you can say no, and you can put up your boundaries.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that we've talked about this before, excuse me, but sometimes I think people are scared to work with their gifts, and they think people are going to think they're odd, but they don't have to go into the profession. They just need, it's healthier energetically and emotionally for them to acknowledge what they've got and honor it, and do whatever they want with it. They don't have to come out of what I call the psychic closet and people, they can just, do their thing. It's an energy balance thing for me, I think,
It is. And balance is, well, it's everything. To have balance in your life, to feel centered. And that's what the teaching helps, as well as when people come in for readings. It's part of finding that balance, or finding out.
That clarity, getting that Karen's clarity.
Absolutely. The clarity and understanding the fact that, especially our loved ones, our friends, our animals, our pets, they're right here. They're right here. The universe doesn't waste. It just raises our frequencies, back and up and down. And they're right here. They're right here in our same space with us. And they're cheering us on, and that is the best for me.
Nice.
That and sharing it with somebody else, and having that light come on within them when they understand. It's not something way out. It's right here. They're right here. They're closer than our next breath.
Right. That's a very good description, because I stopped using the term on the other side. I try to. It's a habit to a degree, because they're not really on the other side. They're just kind of on a different plane, a different vibration, and they're very close,
Yeah, right here. They're always with us, because they're not limited by what we have here is time, and we're here to experience time and time limits. So.
Speaking of how close, one time I was doing a reading, and I got somebody's horse in that had passed, and I swear it was right here. I'm like looking, you don't have to be that close. I get it, but kind of pretty visual. So can you tell anybody about your process when they come to you for a reading? And I know it's probably going to be on Zoom. I know you're in the, I guess, Midwest. So.
Well, it's Northwest.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. I'm geographically challenged.
So when I do, I think I'm going to sort of say that, but when I do a reading, it's usually a hybrid reading. When we do, we bring spirits in, and then I switch into psychic, to where we find clarity and choices in life. And that's what I'm doing with those readings. But I will tailor it to the client, so they can go to whether more psychic or more mediumship, and it's how they would like it. So I can do either or.
Okay, that's great. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us about your work or your message?
And I also do some energy work, which is sometimes people think of one way with it. It's a little bit more made towards helping people manifest a certain outcome they would like to achieve in their life. And I can help with that. And I usually have a consult with somebody and then we kind of go from there. But that's also available. So
Awesome. That sounds exciting.
it is. It is. It is.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this today. And I just wanted to give people the opportunity to get to know you a little bit. And then when we have the events, a Collaboration of Souls will be doing events at least once a month, if not more, and where people can book with psychics, mediums, tarot card readers, healers, animal communicators. And I'm joyous that you're a part of it. So
Being a part of this. And if anybody wants to contact me or book a reading, it's Karen'sClarity.com. And I know
and that'll be on the Collaboration of Souls site too, the contact and links over and whatnot. So, and they can find you on Facebook as well, I think.
Yes, you can.
I don't know about Instagram. Are you on Instagram? Or?
I am not on Instagram at this time.
So Facebook, Karen's Clarity, they can connect with you there as well.
Yes. Yes.
So, awesome. All right. Well, thank you again.
All righty. Thank you, Marie.
All right. Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.